Hello guys, welcome back to an episode review of Hollyoaks for today, Wednesday, 4th of June 2025. I really enjoyed it, today's episode. Let's start talking about Claire first. She's obviously looking for her money. She found out through the help of Grace that Diane's got her money. And she paid Diane a visit, who swears that she doesn't have it. And at the end of the episode, we saw Vicky with a stash full of cash. Now, I can only imagine that maybe Diane had the bag, she put it somewhere, and then Vicky found the stash. That's what may have happened here. And Vicky's going to be loaded now. And I think, obviously, if anyone deserves the money, it will probably be Vicky, Frankie, and Dylan for what they've been through. But even then, that won't make up for what they've been through. But, you know, as the money's there, they might as well spend it. Or what do you think, guys? Should they return the money back to the police? And I mean, it's not going to really go towards any victims of D.I. Banks and Claire. But I sincerely hope neither Claire or Grace get hold of that blood money. I just want Claire and Grace to go to prison, to be honest. It's nice seeing her back. Claire probably wasn't one of my favourite characters when she was on there before. But it's nice seeing old characters' faces and a bit of history, especially when she bumped into Warren at the village car park, or the dog in the pond car park. And Warren was shocked how Claire's still alive. And she does play the villain quite well. I'll be, credit where it's due. Frankie, Dylan, and Vicky, they had interviews with the police. They didn't really say much other than their experiences at the hand of the gang. Frankie let loose Grace's name by accident, and I'm hoping the police officer or the detective inspector that was interviewing Frankie, I hope that I'm hoping she's not gonna let that name, slip through her fingers, because, if she's a good detective, she would want to know why Frankie has accidentally said this name. So maybe we might be seeing something. I just feel like Grace has got more lives than a cat, if I'm honest. She's been getting away with everything. And the fact that she's still standing there, she's an extremely lucky person as a character. The actress who plays her is tremendous. So is all the victims, and also Claire. She does play a really good villain. Warren, I didn't like what Warren did there. I don't know. It doesn't seem like Warren as well. The fact that he would have to stoop low to win a woman over. Yes, scaring people off, but I don't understand why he had to send Freddie away and get Freddie to tell Mercedes that he doesn't love her anymore, or he loves her, but he's having to go away, pack his bags and stuff. I don't know, I thought that was brutal. I thought the writing was brutal there, and, if Warren's going to make a return, his best bet would have been to keep his enemies closer, rather than leaving Mercedes into more of a dark path, because she's had the worst year of her life. And the fact that, she was leaning on Freddie, and she's had someone who loves her and she loves back. But I feel this was extremely selfish. But not only selfish, it was brutal on Warren's side. And I feel like the writing's, been very brutal here as well, because especially what Mercedes has been through. And even though she's found Warren's letter and she knows Freddie's kept the letter, and what Freddie did was wrong, yes, and I did say that in yesterday's episode review, but it wasn't brutal as Warren's game today, where he pointed a gun at Freddie and he told Freddie to go away. I thought that was extremely harsh. And Mercedes, unfortunately, is taking the brunt end of it all. I don't know, yeah. Just didn't like that. And to be honest, I actually find Mercedes and Freddie more compatible. They actually look good together as well. Someone like Warren should be with Claire, as you can see in the picture. I think Claire and Warren would go together. Whereas if you imagine Claire and Freddie being an item or a couple, it doesn't really match, does it? But Mercedes and Freddie, they actually match. So yeah, anyway, Sienna and Dodger are obviously on the manhunt. They're finding some sort of clues. They found the USB, Tommy's USB, with their granddaughter's videos on. Again, how they have a granddaughter together in the first place, if you've been watching Hollyoaks for years, to anyone that's only been watching Hollyoaks for 1 or 2 years, it must be like a mind-blowing, because how do twin sister and brother have a granddaughter together? But anyway, let me know what you thought of the episode. I found it quite good but brutal in the end, and also I think Mercedes and Warren should I think it should be at the end of it. I don't really see that chemistry there, unlike Freddie and Mercedes. You can really sense the chemistry there. Anyway, I think Mercedes and Warren would make a really good friends and really good co-parents. But other than that, I don't really see them having that chemistry. I don't really find it normal as well, or not normal. What's the word? I don't find it natural between them, like that sort of relationship. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode review. Peace, which is next week.